get it done. So, yeah. So I'll answer your questions. Yeah, look, we were in a quarters coverage, and guy ran a good route on Tyron, and sometimes that can happen in that coverage. You kind of get drained on the other side of the field. That's what I saw. I didn't see the finish and where everybody else was. I saw the route. I was watching that because I kind of thought that might be something that they would do. And look, he ran a really good route and won.
Yeah, what goes into the decision either when it comes to using or not using Jimmy Graham in the red zone?
Yeah, look, it's a staff decision in terms of what we do. So I think anytime you're not successful down there, everybody's going to want to know why you didn't do something else. And look, valid question, but that was we had the plan going in, and that was the plan.
Yeah, obviously the hurry up helped inject some life into the offense.
Yeah.
The 3 of 18 on third down.
No, look, I thought third down was a big down in the game. You're not going to win a lot of games if you're not able to convert on third down. We were able to convert some fourth downs. But we that area has to be better. Obviously, we didn't finish in the red zone as well as we would have, but if you're 50% in the red zone in the National Football League, you're going to end up being one of the better red zone teams. So there was some improvement there, and yet I still think there's some things that we can be better at. I mean, I think there are some opportunities there that we just missed on. So I think we're a lot closer, but we're still not there yet, and we're going to keep grinding until we get there. Yeah, there's a good little there's.
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. It's all dog around this mug. I'm good.
Yeah, we good, big dog. What's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. Woo! The New Orleans Saints lose yet again, 2 straight. This time they lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars by a score of 31-24. It became an exciting game towards the end. But unfortunately, yet again, the Saints could not convert in the red zone, and it cost them L yet again. Dennis Allen was at the podium, but honestly, why subject ourselves to this nonsense? He says the same thing over and over again. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Yeah, we're close. He's right about that. We're very, very close to getting a change that we need, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious here. It's pretty obvious that the Saints need a culture change. It's pretty obvious that there's some guys out there that's phoning it in. There's a couple guys that left their heart in San Francisco, or in Chris Olave's case, San Diego. Look, I'm just over this, man. Like, I'm over it. Like, I know some people probably going to, come on here and feel optimistic because of what they seen towards the end of the game when it came to Derek Carr. But if you understand defensive tendencies and what actually Jacksonville was doing, you will see that it wasn't really that impressive. If you watch Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys throughout the years, it's not very impressive. A lot of empty calorie stats. It is not equating to success. It's not equating to winning. I don't care what anybody says. Derek Carr is not the guy. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to say that again. Derek Carr is not the guy. Chris Olave is not a number one. And it's about time for us to understand this. Chris Olave is a quitter. It's very, very simple. He has all the talent in the world to be a number one. But like I said on social media, he has number one talent and a number 3 personality. Anybody that wants to debate me talking about Michael Thomas is not the number one receiver for the Saints, miss me with that, right? It goes way beyond just this upside and talent. You got to have a drive. You got to have determination. You got to never phone it in. Dude quit on too many plays, pouting on the sidelines, don't quitting on routes, cutting them short, and then got the nerve to drop a pass that would have converted a first down and would have kept the chains moving. But I'm just over this team, man. I'm over this team. I'm over this coaching staff. I'm over it. I don't even blame the defense for giving up that Christian Kirk touchdown because they gave the offense ample opportunities to make this game pretty much, pretty much a game where they had in control. You had 2 turnovers in the game. One of them was actually in plus territory. You only can come away with 3 points. You got Blake Groupie out there, which we need to have a discussion about him. And you damn sure need to be having some type of kicker competition. And that includes the punter, too, because Lou Hetley, I don't know. Look, I've seen high school punters punt better than this cat. Like, this whole entire staff and their selections and the guys that they brought in, I just got to say, man, it's just an absolute head scratcher to me. But once again, we're very, very close to the change in which we seek. And Alvin Kamara played his ass off tonight. Mike T came up clutch. Foster Monroe, my goodness. But that's once again, it makes absolutely no sense with that dumbass play. You got a 6'7", 265-pound guy who is a red zone threat, and yet you don't have him in a game. You rather go with a guy like Foster Monroe, which I don't have a problem with. Look, God bless that brother, but you got to make that catch. But it's the fact that we didn't even see Jimmy Graham, it just basically tells us that these guys are in over their heads. I don't want to hear anything. Like, I don't care what Pete Carmichael did tonight. I don't care if they did generate 24 points. It's time to move on. It's time for some changes. And honestly, if Chris Olave is going to be out there playing like that, they need to think about maybe trading him and getting somebody in here that actually cares. Or maybe you need to try to switch him with Rashid Shaheed, a guy who actually cares about running routes, who cares about making plays, who's not pouting because the ball isn't right in their hands like he was at Ohio State. Maybe they need to do that. But wherever they do, all I know is what they have right now is not it. And you're not winning a damn thing with that. You're not winning with Dennis Allen as your head coach. You're not winning with Pete Carmichael as your play caller. And you're not winning with Derek Carr as your quarterback. Once again, I am not impressed at all at the last 7 minutes of this game. At all. I am not impressed. If you understand defense, you understood why they was able to drive down the field. Because the way that the Jacksonville Jaguars were playing, they actually just wanted the clock to move. Tick, 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 tick. Soft defense. Soft as a baby's ass. So I'm not impressed. Dude is not it. Dude is a crybaby. Dude is a whiner. Dude is like, I mentioned this on social media. Dude reminds me of one of those messy coworkers. Everybody got that messy coworker, right? That keep up the ish. That's who he reminds me of. Over there, every time you overthrowing guys, throwing the ball out of bounds, throwing the ball short, and then you want to snatch your chin strap and act like somebody else did something. Dude, you suck. And the Saints ain't winning nothing with them. It's just that simple. And look, I know some people, you can't fathom the fact that I'm saying this. So automatically you just interpret that just because I got a problem with Derek Carr means that I wanted Jameis Winston in a game. That's not it. That wasn't it. That wasn't the reason why. It's the fact that you got paid $150 million. And when you get paid like that, you're not being paid just to be basically a game manager. You're supposed to help this team win. You're supposed to lead this team to victory. Derek Carr isn't it. Derek Carr is not it. Very, very simple. Thin skin, soft as a baby's ass, and cries way too much. Then on the sidelines, like I don't know what it was. It reminds me, like when he went down, it reminded me of a person that can't really, handle the pressure. So automatically they just start grabbing for some extremity that hurts them, get some type of sympathy. Oh, if it don't score, he really out there. He's a warrior. Man, miss me with that. Dude is not it. He's not it. It's just that simple. He is not it. And I'm sick of this. I really am. I am sick and I am tired of watching this. And Dennis Allen talking about he's close. Yeah, you're close, all right. You're close to your ass getting fired. And that will be a great day for me. I don't care what type of defense you got. I don't care what you got. I don't care if you're the greatest defensive coordinator since Buddy Ryan. I don't give a damn. This dude needs to go. This whole team honestly, they need a complete overhaul. And I'll be really 100% with y'all. If the Saints do a rebuild and we have to deal with some losing seasons in order for them to get to where we want them to be, I'm okay with this. But this false hope that they're trying to give us because they're too delusional to realize that what they have in-house is not going to help them win anything. Like, you can be as delusional as you want to, but don't make me be delusional with you. I'm tired of people trying to make this dude work. I'm tired of all of these excuses for Derek Carr. I'm tired of watching this offense wet the bed. I am sick of it. I am sick of it. Change is needed in New Orleans. Change is needed in New Orleans. And hopefully this game tonight has shown them. But probably not, because the delusion will continue. Oh, we were so close. We were really, really close to tying the game up at the end. Miss me with that. Miss me with that, because the question I would have for you is, how do you find yourself in this situation in the first place? How do you find yourself being down, 24 to 9? Right? Late in the game? How do you find yourself in this situation with two turnovers, one in plus territory? And you had other opportunities in the red zone to try to come away with points. But yet, the decision that you made by getting rid of Will Lutz and bringing in Blake Grupe, now it's starting to haunt you. The fact that you decide to go with Lou Hetley instead of Blake Gillikin is coming back. Because, trust and believe, Lou Hetley with that line drive kick that Agnew caught, it put them in really good position. But that's the incompetence of this coaching staff. There is nothing that the New Orleans Saints can sell me. There's nothing that the New Orleans Saints can say to me as a fan, as an onlooker, as a person that watches this team and analyzes this team. There's not a thing that they can possibly say to me to convince me that any one of these guys that is on this coaching staff, as far as Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael, need to continue with their job duties. Dennis Allen needs to go. He is not a leader of men. Pete Carmichael needs to go, because it's time for a culture change. It is time to remove yourself from the era that was Sean Payton. It was a beautiful era. It was an era that gave us a lot of laughs. It gave us a lot of great moments, a lot of high fives, a lot of Benson boogies. But that time is gone. The quarterback that gave you those moments was sitting somewhere up in a skybox somewhere. He's no longer coming back. He retired from the game. And why are you trying to still hold on to that? I have absolutely no idea. The reason why we're feeling like this tonight, if you're watching this live, is because of the incompetence and the comfortability that this organization has gotten when it comes to these coaches and this personnel. This was pathetic tonight. Seriously. This was pathetic. And yeah, they came back towards the end and made it interesting, but I am not impressed. I am not impressed at all. I am not impressed. This is pathetic. This was a pathetic football game, and right now the Saints are a pathetic football team. I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge some of the donators right now. I want to thank you for this. Let's see. We're going to go to Prime. Prime says Jameis Winston, 5-2, 14 touchdowns, 3 picks. Derek Carr, 3-4, 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. David, thank you very much for $5. Says, y'all think that we can convince the Detroit Lions to trade Hendon Hooker to us? Well, with Jared Goff balling for them at 5-1. Probably. Let's see. I think David also said Defense is getting worn out, and we are wasting Cam Jordan's good years. My brother said we should have gotten rid of Michael Thomas. He was right. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. If Michael Thomas wasn't out there, you wouldn't have had no points. Michael Thomas, like, I wish we had a team full of Michael Thomases. Like, I wish we had a team full of them dudes. Like, you can say whatever you want about Michael Thomas. You can talk about, oh, he ain't the same. Oh, he ain't this. But there's one thing you can't say about Michael Thomas, that he quits, that he gives up, that you don't see him out there fighting, that you don't see him out there trying to win his matchups. That dude can play on my team at any time. Like, for real. The heart, the determination that dude have. I wish that it radiated off him and go into Chris Olave's soft ass. Like, seriously, man. I wish we had a team full of Mike T's. Seriously. Maybe the Saints should start drafting LSU wide receivers rather than Ohio State. Says our toughness was called out. Debo Samuel this week. CJ Garner-Johnson 80 was signed because we are stuck in yesteryear. Talent top 10, coaches bottom 5. You ain't lying. DeMarcus, thank you very much for the $4.99. HNSN, thank you very much. Says well stated, boss. We had these two teams in the Super Bowl prior to this season. The biggest surprise is, without question, the offensive play calling of the Saints. Change is needed now. It's falling apart at the seams. Man, you ain't lying. You are not lying, my friend. You are not lying. My goodness. I'm about to open up the phone lines. Thank y'all for being here. I really do appreciate it. I know it's late, man. Honestly, I just want to get through the phone calls and, get this night over with, man. It's late. It's like 12 midnight where I'm at right now on the East Coast. And let's just go ahead and get through this. I'm asking everybody to keep their conversations at a minimum. I'm actually going to have a moderator. Let me see. I need somebody to moderate. I need somebody to be my timer guy, right? I need people to keep it between 5 and 7 minutes, right? So I need somebody to have a stopwatch and put it in the chat and be like, okay, that's enough. So we can get through these calls because, want to make sure we get to everybody, and also we want to be as efficient as possible. I know a lot of people upset. I know a lot of people want sound off, but I'm just asking you to keep your conversation and your quotes to a minimum. All right. So shouts out to my frat brother Jamie G. Jamie G, yeah, appreciate that, man. Shouts out to my frat brother Jamie G. Yeah, keep that stopwatch on you, man. I'm about to open up the phone lines, put the link down in the chat. So if you got something to say, you want to sound off, feel free to chime in. All right. Feel free to chime in, man. 5 to 7, Jamie G. 5 to 7. Appreciate you being here, man. That's my frat brother, man. We crossed Jackson State spring 2007. You're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, man, but I still love him, man. That's still my guy. All right, man. We're gonna go to JL Smith, man. Hey,
What up,
happening,
TJ?
man? Hey, how you doing, man? What you got for us tonight, man?
Well, so first of all, I always laugh when I'm talking to my friends about football, but I'm like, the one thing I hate is when teams give me hope and then they fuck it up. Again, I swear to God, when it was like 24-9, I was like calling it a day. I was just watching the game peacefully, drinking my goddamn beer because I was at a sports bar. Then we started coming back. We tied the game. I was like, thank God. And then you fucking lost. And I was like, you gave me hope. Why'd you have to do that, man? You gave me hope.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna even lie to you, bro. There's not a time, even when they was coming back, I felt like they was gonna win this football game. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. My whole entire mind, and I know this wrong, but the whole entire time I was like, how are they gonna screw this joint up? I promise you. That's how I felt.
I mean, I'm used to it at this point too. I think it's just because, we all used to play sports, you know what I'm saying? So, like when I was out on the field, whether it was I was playing soccer, football, basketball, what have you, I was always playing to win. So, those close games with I remember, I always had this mindset, like, I'd rather lose a game by getting my ass kicked than losing a close one. Because when you lose a close one, you start overanalyzing shit. It's like, what could have went right here? What did we do wrong here? And when you lose badly, at that point, you're just like, hey, we fucking sucked. We sucked.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, change is needed. And I think this is pretty obvious, man. So you can continue to do the same things you've been doing and think you're going to get some different results. And honestly, like, they're delusional to me. Like he came to the podium talking about he's seen some things like we can build on and we can get better. Like, man, the Saints have been doing this for the last couple of years, giving us false hope, making us believe that they're gonna turn the corner. They play like garbage one week, and then the next week they try to come back. And it's like, I'm over it, man. I just want to see these dudes out of here.
That was another thing. I wanted to get in 2 weeks ago, but my work schedule had me leave after we played the Patriots? Yeah. But I'm a big fan. I'm a big person about like consistency. You know what I'm saying? So like if I see you I'll take wins whenever I can get them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, an ugly win is still a lot better than a pretty loss. Like that's just what it is. But like I want to see you consistently being good, consistently getting better, and we haven't seen that this season. I mean, this is only our second time scoring above 20 points on offense. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, this time our defense couldn't keep them below 20 points. But the point I'm trying to make is like we haven't seen consistently, especially on the offensive side of the field. Our defense is a bit more consistent, although they weren't today. But on the offensive side of the field, we have seen zero consistency all year. I mean, this is like I said, this is probably the worst game our defense has had. But I'm not, not throw them underneath the bus. So I'm not really a big fan of throwing people under the bus. But like, I see people say, "Oh, Foster Moreau should have caught that ball," and he should have. He should have. I'm not gonna lie, but like they lost as a team today. Like collectively, like if you're putting blame on one singular person instead of the entire effort that the team put out, then like you just can't see what needs to be seen. Like this entire team collectively sucked today.
Right. Yeah. I mean, to me, blaming it on one particular person, like I feel like that's just wrong. Like he basically just the last image that you've seen, but you're not thinking about the entire ebbs and flows of the game, how they got into that position in the first place. I don't blame Foster Moreau. I don't. Like, yeah, you got to come down with the catch, but man, there were way too many more opportunities where this team could have scored points, could have scored touchdowns, and they didn't. So I don't even blame this dude like that. Like,
and one more thing, TJ, because I don't know how much time I have left. All right. And I understand Blake Groupie, he has supposedly one job on the field to kick because he didn't miss today. But this is coming from a former kicker. I try to feel for him because I understand that shit isn't easy. But like people say, at the end of the day, we do have one job. But like the way I've always tried to tell people is you got to remember, kickers don't get much of a chance to get into a rhythm. Sometimes they'll sit on the bench for goddamn it the entire game. I'm not giving him excuses. I'm just saying, like from my point of view, what I've experienced, right? You sit on the bench for almost an entire game, then you might go out and kick 1 or 2 field goals. And, you don't get a chance to get into a rhythm like the offense or defense does consistently. I'm not giving him an excuse because he's a professional player. He's a professional athlete. This is what he does. That's his job on the field. I'm just giving a little bit more insight because that's what I experienced my entire high school career kicking, okay? It's not the easiest job in the world that people think it is. That's why I kind of laugh on for those college football games and they ask people to go up and kick like a 30-yard field goal and they fucking miss by like 10 yards. I'm like, yeah, keep laughing.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, you're a professional, man. You got to make these field goals. Like I know Justin Tucker, he's sitting on the sidelines too. That kicker for the Cowboys, he's sitting on the sidelines too, man. Like I can't give him a pass on that one, bro. You got one job. I know.
That's why I'm saying I'm not giving excuses for him. I'm just giving like a point of view. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah, I got you. I feel you, man. I understand. Like it's a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, it's continuously locked in. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do that when you're not really a part of the game like that. But dang, dude. I mean, last week, what he missed, like a 29-yard field goal?
He missed the 58 and a 29-yarder.
I mean, look, a 50-yard field goal, that's kind of tough, man. But when you're missing like field goals and it's up close and almost like missing extra points, like, man, I can't give you no pass on that one, bro. You got one job. You know what I'm saying? But JL, I got to go ahead and let you go, man. I appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime.
All right, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Shouts out to him, man. Look, I can't give you no pass on that one. All right. You got one job. All right. It may be tough, but it's tough. All right. You decided when you decided that you wanted to be a kicker in the National Football League, you got to make them field goals, man. I see way too many kickers out here. The Robbie Golds, the Justin Tuckers. Like I said, the kicker for the Cowboys. Like these boys out here kicking the field goals too, man. Like this dude got to make them kicks. And honestly, they need a kicker competition in my honest opinion. We're going to go to Kean Arthur. Kean Arthur, how you doing, man?
What's up, homie?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. What you got for us tonight?
I said, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not gonna be here long, TJ, because much like some people, I don't got no more talk, bro. At this point, I really don't, because I'm sitting here, and one thing that stood out to me, much like yourself, I didn't think we was gonna win this game even when they started coming back. I was like,
Me
okay,
neither.
let me see how the offense gonna mess this up. Let me see what the play calling gonna look like. And lo and behold, it reared its ugly head. Answer me this question, TJ. How you get on the 6-yard line with two timeouts, 3 timeouts, and throw 4 straight passes?
I don't know. And then on top of that, you're actually using a quarterback that has shown you that he can't really score in the red zone. I mean, I don't know, man. Look, at the end of the day, I will give Carr this. He did throw the ball in the right place to Foster Moreau, and he didn't catch it. So I will give him credit on that. But at the same time, my question is, you have one of the most dominant red zone threats of the past decade on your sidelines. Nothing's wrong with him. Nothing's wrong with him at all. And yet you don't put him out there. Like the last time you put Jimmy Graham out there in the red zone, you threw him the football and he scored. Why are you not using this dude? Like what was the point? Like, what was the point of bringing Jimmy Graham to this team? What for once again, it's one of those situations, Kean Arthur, that they trying to lob us to sleep with giving us old, nostalgia acts and doing things and doing practices that Sean Payton didn't do. Getting LSU players, bringing players back that were fan favorites. That's the only reason at this point you got Jimmy Graham on the sidelines. Clearly, it's to try to appease us, to make us happy because of what happened last season, and you're trying to bring people in that we love in order to lob us to sleep and because of the incompetence of this team. You don't want us to pay attention to that. I'm tired of it, man. That was stupid. That was a stupid decision, and it's going to continue to be a stupid decision. Why are you not using Jimmy Graham? I don't understand it. I don't understand why you ain't using Jimmy Graham. What's the point of having him on a team if you're not using him in a position where he thrives? We're not asking you to use him constantly. He's 37 years old, but he still can jump. He still can go out there and try to catch a touchdown, but you're not even going to try to use him at all. Get the hell out of here, man.
And to echo your sentiments, bro, I'm willing to bet you. TJ, I got a good little bit of bread in my pocket right now. You heard me? And I'm willing to bet you every dollar that's in my pocket. You put Jimmy Graham in that same play, he coming down with that touchdown.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he coming down with it. I mean, how many times have we seen, like, I'm talking about recently, we seen Jimmy Graham catch a contested catch recently. 2 of them. And yet you still not using this dude? Like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why you don't use Jimmy Graham in the red zone. I just don't. It's the dude hurt. Like, what's going on?
You know what this reminded me of for some reason? Don't judge me, TJ. But this, the play calling down there on that last drive reminded me of the Seattle Seahawks Patriots game when they wouldn't give Beast Mode the ball so that boy could go score. Like, and you calling these bad plays that pretty much makes the defense job easy and put your team behind the 8 ball for no reason. It's like you playing defense with the defense. Like you like the 12th man out there.
Too much catering to Derek Carr ego for me. Like,
how many passes he threw tonight?
Man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I want everybody to go back and watch Derek Carr not convert on 3rd down and him pouting and yelling at the sidelines like, let's go for it. And they give him what he wants. No matter what the situation was, right? I'm like, dude, who is the coach here? Are you the coach? Or is Derek Carr the coach? And there was nothing like honestly, he was like, yeah, come on, let's do it. They go for it on 4th down and they don't convert. Like, dude, you are the head coach of the team. Like, they catering way too much to this dude ego. And honestly, you're not even good enough for anybody to be catering to your ego. Like, seriously, man. Like, come on, man. Give me a freaking break. You got anything else, Kean Arthur?
Yeah, one more thing, bro.
Mhm.
It's sad to see this, bro, because we got so much talent, and it's crazy that one dude could come up in here and simplify this offense or something like that, and I think we'll be scoring 30 plus a game.
Yep.
The Ryan Fitzpatrick was like, that boy started advocating for Jameis. You hear me? That boy said,
Mhm.
man, you can say what you want, but you got a quarterback on the sideline who threw for 5,000 yards and 30 plus touchdowns.
Mhm.
So, I'm just saying. But like I said, I'm done, TJ. At this point, we'll just see what happens from week to week. I'm not even getting my hopes up. I'm not counting no victories. I'm not doing none of that because this coaching staff has shown a level of incompetence that I haven't seen since the '90s, bro. I ain't
Yep.
gonna lie to you. But the last thing I'm gonna say, hey, y'all keep it clean in the chat. Y'all gotta respect the host, bro. Like he may not say nothing all the time, but this is a family friendly show, and it's kids and older people in the chat and stuff like that, and people who view this show. So y'all keep it clean. Like homeboy, I ain't trying to call you out, bro, but the last caller, bro, you was letting them things fly. I understand your frustration and your excitement, but you was letting them things fly, homie. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, let's be respectful of the host and the show, and it's gonna be who that forever, bro. But man, tonight it was just straight boot at, and the crowd they let us know.
Yeah, they definitely let us know, man. I don't blame them, man. You spend your hard earned money, and that's what you get. Like, and honestly, like I said, towards the end, they put up some points, but like I said, I ain't impressed, man. If you understand defense, there was a lot of soft coverage. They was actually just kind of just keeping everything in the middle of the field so the clock can continue to run, so they can just hold off on that lead, and that's what kind of got them back in the game. But Kean Arthur, thank you, man. I appreciate the call. And make sure you call back anytime, man.
You know it, big homie. Who that?
All right, who that? Yeah, man. Look, I'm not impressed, man. I'm not impressed about stat padding and garbage time yards. I'm not. I'm not. Like you I mean, I can't tell you how many drives you had, and all of a sudden, like you get about 2 or 3 good drives, and we supposed to absolve you from the ineptitude of the entire game. Nah. We're gonna go to Slim South. Slim, how you doing, man?
What's up, TJ? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What you got for us tonight?
First of all, man, your halftime chat, brother. I was telling you to calm down, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I was upset, man. But the reality is, I mean, man, I'm just over it, Slim. I'm just over it, bro. Like I'm over it. Like this whole entire experience with Dennis Allen and this coaching staff.
Right, right.
I'm over it. I'm over it, man.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, TJ. Who that nation? I'm the most confident Saints fan. I'm a who that, and I picked the Saints to lose tonight because I know what it is, brother. I said it. Dennis Allen is a loser. You got a loser for a play caller. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Derek
Mm-hmm.
Carr come off the loose. You use Carr a lot. He a lemon. You know what I'm saying? Like that's is what it is.
Right.
So I know they came back late in the game, whatever. But still, I did not have any confidence they were gonna win that game because that's who the Saints are right now. They give you false hope, false dreams, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like Foster Moreau should have caught the touchdown. Don't get me wrong, but still, before that play, the Saints, it felt like the Saints were getting blown out. Can you feel me on that?
Mm-hmm. I feel you. Like I said, I had no confidence they was gonna win this football game. I'm serious. I felt like that 7-year-old version of myself where I was sitting on the floor, at my grandma's house at home and just watching this team and just wondering, like, okay, how they gonna blow this? I mean,
Right.
there was like I don't care when they got to the red zone and it was threatening. I still didn't believe. I'm like, nah, let's see what's gonna happen. Like, I hate, bro. I hate this. Like, seriously, I literally hate this. Like, I hate going at my squad like this, man. This is my
Right.
squad.
Right.
Like, but you
Black and
gotta be
gold, baby.
honest, man.
Yeah.
But you gotta be honest with yourself, man. Like, I'm not one of them individuals that feel like my fandom can join with me not criticizing or being skeptical about certain situations. Some people, they feel like their allegiance is to that. That's not
Right.
me. That's not me. I'm still the biggest Saints fan you're gonna find, but we gonna keep it real here, man. This experiment of Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael, this ain't it. This is not sustainable success.
Right.
I don't care what they do going forward, because everything that they're doing to me is just pure desperation. Every decision that they make is just pure desperation. That is not how great football teams are structured. They're not structured by just desperation moves, hoping, doing stuff, hoping that it works. Like, no, man. Like, there's no rhyme, no reason, no nothing. Like, the Saints were just basically out there just calling plays. You didn't know what they were going to do. You didn't know who they was going to call, what number they was going to call, nothing. They were just out there just doing ish. And I'm like, like, there's not sustainable success. I don't care what they did towards the end. It is not sustainable success. Period.
Exactly, TJ. I'm with you on that. Like, as far as what's his name? Blake Flupe. I'm gonna call him Blake Flupe, not Groupie. This dude been missing field goals like crazy. Like, I don't believe in him.
All right.
The punter, I don't even know the punter name. Like,
it don't matter, man. But it's Lou Headley. Yeah, I mean, bad decisions, man, all across the board. I think your entire special teams need an overhaul. Need a new kicker and a new punter, and you got 10 days to do it.
Facts.
Like, you got opportunity. You look.
Facts,
The
TJ.
Saints
Facts.
The Saints got 10 days to figure this thing out. They got 10 days to figure this out. If they don't make no significant changes,
Call
man,
it in. Call
like,
it in.
Why should we, like, honestly, if they don't make no significant changes, why are we sitting up here paying our hard-earned money going to the Superdome? Because it seems like they're okay. They're okay with ineptitude. They're okay with Chris Olave quitting on his routes. They're okay with Derek Carr out there, you know what I'm saying, like, just doing ridiculous passes and all that kind. Like, come on, man. Give me a freaking break. Like, give me a freaking break. If there's no significant change, why the hell should we care? Why the hell should we sit up there and pay our hard-earned money and watch this football team? Why should we do that? Because you already just told us y'all just okay. Y'all just okay with us just showing up, just giving us any old thing on the field.
Right.
So why should we care?
Exactly, TJ. Like I'm sitting out, man, let me talk on Chris Olave real quick. I ain't gonna lie to you, TJ, Who That Nation. I thought he was a future number one wide receiver, but he's reminded me of a future Brandon Cooks.
Soft. He's soft. That dude is soft.
Can we agree on that?
He is soft. He is soft on the field. He is soft mentally. And honestly, this may be a controversial take, but I think the Saints need to consider trading him. I'm serious. I'm serious. You do not want guys like that on the team. I don't care if my team was so bad that nobody wanted to come to the games, but everybody bust their tail when they out there. That dude is soft. Like, for real. This is another guy who was told his entire life he was great, and everything kind of fell in line for him. He never really had to overcome any type of adversity because everybody catered to him. They catered to him in high school because he was good. They catered to him at Ohio State because he was good. Now he comes into the NFL, and now it's time to put your big boy pants on, and you're soft mentally. Seriously, this dude is soft. That's why I'm telling people. People want to talk about his talent, Slim South. Oh, he's so great. He's so awesome. Man, you tripping, man. Bro, I'm telling y'all, it's way more than just talent to be a number one receiver. You got to want that ish with every fiber of your being. You got to show up early. You got to leave late. You got to pay attention to the little things. You got to take care of your body. Every little imperfection you have to work constantly to try to perfect that and try to amplify all of your great strengths. It is way beyond just running fast and taking the top off the defense. And I keep telling people that. People want to talk about his talent. Is he talented? Yes. But it goes way beyond that to be a number one receiver, man. And some of y'all just need to understand that. Y'all see guys like Tyreek Hill and guys in the past like Deshaun Jackson who can take the top off the defense, and that's exciting when the ball gets thrown down the field and guys like that catch it. But it's way beyond that. It's a state of mind to be a number one. And anybody that's out here saying that this dude is number one receiver, Slim South, you can't talk football with me.
Right.
Too many people out here, man. We just give these guys passes. Everybody, oh, he a GOAT, he a legend. What the hell did he do? Why? Because he came down with one catch? Whatever happened to consistency? Whatever happened to hard work? Whatever happened to dedication?
Right.
That's the reason why we just accept all type of things in this world. We just accept anything the masses give us. If it come with a little bit of buzz, we just fall right into it. You got to earn that, bro. Like, seriously, I don't care what y'all talking about. This dude has not earned being a number one receiver. I don't care what y'all say.
Facts, TJ.
But Slim, I got to go ahead and let you go, man. I appreciate it, man. But call back anytime, man.
All right, TJ, brother, keep doing it. Be blessed, brother.
Yeah, you too, man. Be blessed as well. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Slim South. But yeah, man, look, it's a state of mind. Too many, like, that's my problem. That is my problem with society today. We just let anybody in. We just let anybody in. As long as they come with a little bit of buzz, they can have minimal talent. They can have minimal abilities. They can have glaring imperfections. But we just let them on in because they come with a little bit of buzz. They come with a little bit of following. This dude has not earned the number one spot as a number one receiver. Give him some time, TJ. Give him some time. No, bro. No. I ain't giving this dude nothing. When you quit on plays, that tells me everything you need to know. I need to know about you. You're soft. Chris Olave has not earned that. I don't care what type of talent he possesses. You have not earned the moniker of a number one receiver. You have not. Number one receivers don't act like he does, and number one receivers don't quit the way he does. Point blank, period. Argue with your mama on that. We're going to go to no cap, no filter. How you doing, man?
What up, TJ? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What you got for us?
All right, man. First and foremost, I want to say I hope no nasty fans just take any type of cancer shots and jokes at Foster for that drop, man. Yeah, he should have caught that, but I hope we could keep it classy. Second, I want to say, credit to myself.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. Did somebody say that?
No, not in the chat. I'm just talking about like on Twitter at him and stuff. This new social media age, you could just get to people right off the bat nowadays. But hopefully he has his comments turned off.
Yeah, get a life if you're doing some stuff like that. My goodness, that's sad.
Yeah, certain type of people out here. But I like to credit myself for the 5-minute thing. Thanks to me, that had been a thing on No Cap No Filter. I mean, not No Cap No Filter, State of the Saints podcast. But I want to credit myself also to Michael Thomas being number one wide receiver. I said that everybody worry about the high flyers and stuff like that, but it's the efficiency thing that you need to worry about. It's the moments that you need to worry about. Olave would have never made that knee down catch in that end zone like Michael Thomas did. Moving the chains. Before Nick Underhill said it on Twitter. Oh, when the Cowboys played the Chargers, Michael Thomas need to be used like how they used Keenan Allen. I came on this show and said, man, Michael Thomas need to be used like Keenan Allen. Am I right?
Yep.
I came on the show.
People start, man. Look, people were going at me on social media because man, why you pinning Michael Thomas up against Chris Olave? They teammates, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just a hot take artist over here. But yeah, go ahead, no cap.
Yeah, it ain't about pinning against each other. It's just about seeing
reality,
what you're seeing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
that's
my
whole point.
And I also said even before the season started, I said, man, we gonna need a pass rusher. I can't count on Trevor. I can't count on Peyton Turner to stay healthy. And I also said we gonna need Hunter just in case Mike go down, and he'll be a good red zone threat. And he already got chemistry with Derek Carr. So in this situations where you ain't got no chemistry with Olave for whatever reasons, you could just put Hunter in there. And of course, you still would like Jimmy Graham up in there, but that's neither here nor there. And Nick Underhill, he wrote the hit piece on Pete Carmichael, and all of a sudden Pete Carmichael doing motions and play actions and all that, but it's against the Patriots. Wow, whoop-de-doo, it's against the Patriots. Then he wrote another hit piece on Trevor Penning, saying he can't block. So all of a sudden, Trevor Penning is bench. He need to write a hit piece on Dennis Allen being incompetent. He's the only coach I know that'll have gimmies like how we get You had 2 fumbles. You had a turnover on downs. You had all this going for you. You got this schedule going for you. You got this division going for you. You got this conference going for you. And you still can't get this on a silver platter for yourself. That's sad. And AK, he already talked about guys that, putting as much effort and taking things serious. I know he had to been talking about Trevor Penning and Olave. He had to. That could be the only reason. I was thinking it was going to be Ruiz too, because he hasn't been doing that good since he got the bag, but I doubt it. And I thought it was going to be Shaheed, but Shaheed was crying after the Panthers game. I mean, not the Panthers game. He was crying after the Texans game. He had a towel over his head. So I doubt that passion right there shows that he just been lacking in the film room, shows that he just been coming late to meetings, coming late to practice, leaving practice soon as practice in. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. I think it was Olave and I think it was Penning. And Penning, I don't know why we keep drafting dudes in the first round that got a history of injuries, and on top of that, they raw. Like, man, why is you driving a dude in the first round that is raw? That's going to be a project when we trying to win now, and then you putting him on Derek Carr blindside. Got him not even playing in the game, and you got people off the practice squad starting over him. That is crazy. And then on top of that, you got Pete Carmichael. Man, I'm starting to think it ain't nothing off the table right now. I'm starting to think Gruden came up in here and then had Pete Carmichael overwhelmed. He probably used some of his philosophy, and that kind of just messed things up with whatever Pete was maybe doing. And then Derek Carr kind of knew it, but it couldn't translate to everybody else, like the offensive line and the wide receivers. Ain't nothing exempt right now because Pete Carmichael just get overwhelmed. Maybe he tried to implement too much of them philosophies with whatever he had going on. And it's just not working out. It's just not working out. We need to just go ahead on and pass the torch to Curry and just see what's going to happen right now, because there's no way with this talent and this schedule that we should be 3-4 right now.
Oh, man. You said a lot, man. First off, when it comes to offensive line, I ain't gonna lie to you. Offensive line look pretty good tonight. I mean, they all things considered. And I know we give Andrews Pete a hard time, but he was battling his ass off tonight. Like, probably
he was giving up a lot of pressures, but I told
he
you
was
we
giving
need
up,
to keep him as an ace in the hole.
Yeah, but
it's good to have a Pro Bowler on the bench.
But hey, that was Josh Allen. Josh Allen leading the league in sacks right now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
the fact he was battling. So I know we get if we can sit up here and give and make fun of Pete and make, you know what I'm saying, about his blocking and stuff like that, I gotta give him credit, in that regard. But I mean, all in all, change is needed. Plain and simple, change is needed, and they got to give us something. It's like something has got to give. I cannot continue to subject myself to this nonsense. Like, it's pretty obvious that y'all need something before this season really goes off the rails. Like, y'all gonna have to figure something out. But no cap, I gotta say thank you, man. Appreciate the call. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Good luck with your channel, man. You're doing an outstanding job over there. And just continue to do what you're doing, man. Appreciate it.
All right, no doubt, TJ.
Yeah, take care. Yeah, shouts out to No Cap, No Filter, man. Make sure y'all follow this guy on YouTube. He has a really good perspective, as y'all can see. And make sure you support that guy. We're gonna go to Jerry. Jerry, how you doing, man?
What's going on, TJ?
Hey, man. Everything fine, man. Like, honestly, Jerry, I'm not even upset, man, to be honest with you. Just another Saints performance.
Yeah. Now, TJ, Who Dat Nation, if I had told y'all that this New Orleans Saints team is one of the best teams in the National Football League, I'm here to tell you we are not.
Obviously not.
I'm sorry, bro, but dude, I really, after what I saw, when we was down 24-9, and then we lost again by a touchdown, just like last week with Houston. We always come on. Why you did not use the running backs? Why did you not use the running backs, especially when you're in the red zone?
I have no idea.
Why? And TJ, I am not holding back this time. I'm trying to be calm, cool, and collective. But this time, I am really fed up with this, bruh. I'm tired. I'm tired of the same old stuff every week.
Right.
Got a lot of things to clean up. We got a lot of things. Okay. But guess what?
I didn't want to hear it tonight.
That is not going to last that long because I want to see change in this team, bruh. I really want to see change in this team, and it starts by firing Dennis Allen, firing Pete Carmichael, firing Mickey Loomis, firing everybody. Okay? I'm fed up with this, TJ, and this team is not going to get any further with this staff we got right now.
Yep, I agree. I think, look, you can't fix this. You can't fix this. Honestly, number one, the marriage is over, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we sleeping in separate rooms right now.
This, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing we got to do now, somebody got to pack up and leave. There is nothing. I'm telling you, there is nothing that Dennis Allen can do. Like even if the New Orleans Saints go on a run and they just so happen to make the playoffs, people still don't believe in this because they know for a fact it's not sustainable success. They are playing themselves. I'm telling you, they are playing themselves. If they think that this dude can fix this, he cannot. He is not a head coach. He is not a head coach.
No,
they are wasting everybody's time. I'm telling you, it is like there's not a human. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say there's not a human being, but for the most part, nobody is buying what they selling, and nobody believes in this dude, and him leading this team. Nobody believes in this team. They are wasting their time. They're wasting their time.
And that's why, and I don't know, I think it was Slim South that came on here and said Dennis Allen ain't nothing but a straight up losing coach.
He is. He's a loser.
He's a straight up. I'm talking about a loser with a capital L.
Yeah. I want to make this clear. I'm not talking about him as a human being. He's a
human being.
Person. He's a good person from all out here and great family man. But as a coach, leading a man. Yes, as a head coach, he is a loser. He's a loser. I want to make that very, very clear because I don't want people to be like, oh, man, look, I don't know him personally. As a coach, he's a loser. And I will continue to say
as a human being, he's just a regular person, but as a coach, zero.
Garbage.
Nada.
Garbage.
Zero.
Garbage.
I'm talking about straight up hot garbage. I'm talking about trash. Pathetic, authentic trash.
Yeah, and it's time to take it out. It's time to take it out, Jerry. But thank you.
One more thing, TJ.
Yeah.
And you know, and once again, Who Dat Nation, I love y'all, and I would not trade y'all for nobody. I would not trade this team for nobody. But we need some changes. But we got 10 days until we play next Sunday in Indianapolis. Yeah. So we got 10 days to get everything back where it needs to be. And it starts with making some changes in this coaching staff. I don't care. I don't care who comes in. I don't care if Ronald Curry come in to be the offensive coordinator. Put him in place of Pete Carmichael. I don't care who the next coach. Put him in place of Dennis Allen. Do something.
Right.
Because what we saw in that game on Thursday night, and you heard all the boos out there from the Who Dat Nation. They know this team is sorry, and it starts with the coaching. Everybody knows that, TJ. I know that. I seen it firsthand, especially when they go 3-0. You know you're gonna hear it. This is not new. We accustomed to that. That's why you got running backs. That's why you got fullbacks. That's why you got this player. You got that player. Play it out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's time to cook clean house, man. I'm over it. I'm absolutely over it.
And I heard somebody say that we were going to win this game, but no, I picked the Jaguars to win, and I was right. Because when we lost to Houston Sunday, TJ, we were 3-3, and I said, look, watch what happens when we go 3-4 on Thursday night when we play the Jaguars. Look where we at right now.
Right. Yep. Well, I mean, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But Jerry, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the call, and you already know you can call back anytime, man. Appreciate that passion, man.
No problem, TJ. And Who Dat Nation, this is not over yet. I know We got a couple of months to go. Let's just make the best of it. Hopefully, we'll see some changes going in after on next Sunday. Hopefully and prayerfully, things will get back to where it need to be.
Lord knows they whew, man, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. But
I'm praying, DJ. I'm praying, bro.
yeah, I think we all praying, man, because I don't know how much more of this I can take. But thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Call back anytime.
Will do, TJ. You have yourself a good night and have a good weekend, my brother.
All right, same to you, man. Take care. Yeah, shouts out to Jerry, man. I mean, look, it can't get no worse, so I mean, it only can get better, right? We're gonna move on to Tyra. Tyra, how you doing?
Hey TJ, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. What you got for us?
You know, all I can do is laugh right now.
I mean,
I'm still. All I can do is laugh. I ain't even gonna lie. I had us losing this game 35-10 because I knew Lawrence was gonna play. I was already prepared for him to play. I said Lawrence gonna play. He gonna play, and sure enough, he played. Now, granted, the score wasn't 35-10, but I knew we was gonna lose. I was just sitting in the chair watching the game, and yeah, they came back, but I said they still gonna lose. I said, watch what happens. I said we gonna get to the red zone, and Carr gonna try to be the hero and throw the ball 4 straight times, and that's how we gonna lose. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
He tried to throw the ball 4 straight times, just like he did last week in Houston, trying to be the hero. Instead of Kamara, who just ran for like 30 yards on the previous play to set you up in the red zone, and you got 3 timeouts, and you don't use one of those timeouts to let your running back run the ball in the end zone? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. But hey, Tyra, real quick, can you turn down the
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I got my other phone. I'm sorry.
No,
yeah,
no, that's okay. I just want to make sure everybody can hear you. That's all.
Oh yeah. I am over it. I'm sitting here saying to myself, it's over. I'm done with this season. I was trying to hold on for dear life. But you know what? After tonight, I am done. I am done with this team. I am done with the season. I don't even care what happens anymore at this point. That's where I'm at with it because I am tired. I don't even get my blood pressure up no more. I just sit and I just watch the game because I know what's going to happen. Carr is trash. He's an overpaid, mediocre, below average quarterback. He's garbage. Let's just call it what it is. I wasn't big on signing him from the jump street. I really didn't want us to sign him. The only reason he's here is because Dennis Allen is the head coach. If Dennis Allen is not our head coach, we don't have Derek Carr. And anybody that think that's the case, please look at what happened before we got Derek Carr and Dennis Allen. Okay. Now, I am not the biggest Jameis Winston fan, but people forget that we was 5-2 with Jameis Winston as our quarterback before he went down with that injury. Yeah. And what happened after Jameis went down? We lost 5 straight games, did we not?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, I'm over it. I am over it. I am tired. I am done. And you know, every week I have like this group where I do like picks where I pick all the games. Mm-hmm. And every week I always pick the Saints. This is my last week picking the Saints. I'm going to start treating them like I treat all the other picks. I'm going to pick who I think going to win the game. And I'm not picking them anymore. Tonight did it for me. Tonight did it for me. Yeah, Foster Maru dropped the pass, but I mean, come on. Why are you even throwing the ball 4 straight times when Kamara was right there on your right hand side? You could have let him run the ball in for the touchdown. And then you play for overtime. At least you give yourself a chance to win the game if you go to overtime. But you try to throw the ball 4 straight times. Pete Carmichael with his trash play calling. And look, y'all, I know y'all want these guys to get fired. Nothing's going to happen. I don't know why we sitting here hoping and praying that something's going to happen. These guys are not going anywhere. Face it. You could have had the very guy on the other side of the field could have been your head coach, and you let him walk right out the door. Doug Peterson could have been your head coach. I'm glad they beat us. I'm glad. That's what you get. It's karma. Yep. Straight up karma, because you could have had that guy as your head coach, a winner, and you let him walk right out your studio or your stadium or whatever, and you don't bring that guy in. I think the Saints were stupid for getting rid of Dan Campbell. Look at the Lions. They 5-1. Yep. And you got to play the Lions in a couple of weeks. Hello.
Which they probably get beat to sleep. Which
Oh yeah, that's gonna be 4. I got us losing that game 42-0. We probably not gonna score no points against the Lions. That's gonna be a massacre.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I am done. I'm sorry. I can't do it no more. They my team. I've been watching football since 2000. This is the worst I've ever seen the Saints play in the years that I've been watching football. I've been watching football for 23 years. I've been a Saints fan since I started watching football 23 years ago. I love them to death, but I am not going to defend them. I can't defend them anymore. I can't. There's nothing else I can say. There's nothing else I can do. I can't defend them anymore. They're just horrible. They're just horrible. Until you get these, like I said, loser coach, loser quarterback equals a losing team. Everybody got to go. Loomis got to go. Allen got to go. Carmichael got to go, and take Carr with you.
Yep.
All 4 of them needs to be up out of here. There's nothing else. Nothing else.
Plain and simple. I mean, I can't even. I ain't got nothing really to add to that. I mean, you pretty much said it all.
It's anybody that think this season can be salvaged. Please, the only reason why there's an opportunity is because the NFC South is so bad. Do y'all realize we would be in last place if it wasn't for the Panthers being 0-6? We would be in last place if it wasn't for the Panthers being 0-6. That's it. Y'all realize the Panthers is saving us from the basement. Yep. That's the only thing saving us from the basement. Is the Panthers is worse than us. That is it. We're not going to win this division. Please get that out your head. It's not happening because you can't even win your regular season games. How you going to win the division and you can't even beat nobody?
Yep.
I mean,
I think people just like waiting for the light to come on, but I'm like, man, it ain't coming on. It's not.
No, it's not. The light, like I said, I had no confidence. I had us going 7-10 this year because I already knew what kind of team we had. We had the same team. We didn't make any changes. We signed their car. We got the same coaching staff. I'm like, we're not going to win very many games. And look like they headed straight for 7-10, probably maybe 6-11 if they lucky. You know what I mean? That's where I got them at. They're not going to the playoffs. They're not doing anything. That's it. I mean, 14-3. Somebody said we going 14-3. Well, you can't go 14-3. Now you got 4 losses. So 14-3 is out the window. So what?
They ain't getting no double digits. They're not getting double digits.
What's left? What's left? You got the Colts next week. You play Gardner Minshew. Yeah, you might win that game. Then you got to play the Bears. You got the Vikings. Then you got your bye. You got the Falcons and the Lions. Those are your next 6 games. How many of those games, honestly, with this team, you think we gonna win? 1? Maybe the Bears, and that's a big fat maybe on the Bears.
Yeah.
Big fat maybe.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, Tyler. We rather have to pick this up at another time.
Oh, you good? It's fine.
You got the chat going. You got the chat going crazy, but we do appreciate your fire and your passion on that. And, make sure you call back anytime, okay?
All right, TJ. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Yeah, man. Tyler was on fire, man. So yeah, I mean, I don't want anybody to think I ain't paying attention, man. I just want to give everybody their moment, So. Yeah, man, I'm over it. I am over this. I am over this. Lord knows I am over this. Like this is like a joke at this particular point. It's a joke. We're gonna go to Mick. Mick, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, good brother? How are you?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. What you got for us?
Got some quick talking points, man. I'm gonna get out the way and let the next caller come through. Number one, man, I don't think I don't even think the problem is worse than Pete Carmichael. I mean, he's definitely a part of the problem, but I think some Saints fans want over the next 10 days maybe put Ronald Curry, but I think the whole system, man, it's still going to be the same system, just a different play calling variation, of what they installed in offense. At this point, the Saints will literally be better watching the Miami Dolphins or the 49ers and literally stealing play by play. They will be better doing that than the innovation that they've come up with. 2, they basically signed Andy Dalton to $150 million. At this point, overall, in the Saints uniform, Jameis Winston has been better than Derek Carr. Statistically, he's been better all the way around. Even under the year of Sean, where he had way less talent than Derek Carr has to work with. I think Alvin was injured a few of those games too. I can't really remember.
He was.
Yeah. 3, and I know this is old news at this point, but I did respond to you on Twitter. Chris Olave is not the number 1 wide receiver. He's not.
Man, you know how much scrutiny I took in the last couple of days, but I'm just a hot take artist. That's all I am. I'm just a hot take artist over here trying to get attention through social media. That's all I'm doing. Nothing I say really has any merit behind it.
No,
But
he's
yeah,
not. He's not. And let me tell you why. He literally, Michael Thomas can run just with the exception of maybe the go route or the post, taking the top off the defense, which to be honest, Olave hasn't even really been doing that well consistently this year as well. Mike can run any route that he can, and Mike has more dog in him. If you throw the ball Mike's way, 9 times out of 10, Mike coming down with it. I would argue to say Taysom Hill has more dog than Olave does.
Oh
Olave
yeah.
literally pouts, sit on the bench, looking crazy, and yeah, we've seen this happen with Brandon Cooks. If you feel some type of way, you need to go. But the last point I'll say, man, the culture in that locker room I think, is lost. I think so. I think either it's lost or it's getting very, very close. When you got guys like Alvin and Mike calling out Chris Olave or whoever's not doing what they need to do, I literally just seen Marshawn Lattimore posting on his Instagram story his interception. Like guys are just at this point, guys are just getting theirs. They know it's a bad football team. People look checked out. I see over the next coming weeks the defense having worse performances because at this point, why do you keep going out there sacrificing? It's demoralizing. I'm not saying that they're going to quit, but think about how demoralizing that is. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and you back on the field because your offense can't score anything. I think everybody got to go, man. The Saints are gonna make some type of change this week, and they're gonna pull everybody back in. But not to be pessimistic. Last thing I say, the thing you need to understand with the Saints this year, they're a sub 500 team. They're what we think they are. They're what we see. They're gonna probably finish as a sub 500 team. It's sad because everything was set up for them. The easiest schedule, the most talented roster in the NFC South, arguably in the entire NFC, a top 5 defense, and they're going to finish up hard. They're going to finish up hard. I don't understand the thought process of signing Andy Dalton to a $150 million deal because that's essentially what Derek Carr is. And I think at this point, man, everybody need to go, including Mickey Loomis. And if you're a Saints fan at this point and you still buying tickets, like I said, I'm here in Houston and the Saints came down here in Houston. I wish I would waste my money on that. Why? Why? The Saints are like WWE right now. You know that the storyline is already written. You know you get what you see. You might as well just enjoy whatever happened, the outcome. You know already things are scripted. That's how it feels. Why get your hopes and get burnt up thinking, man, they got a chance and they're gonna dominate. They are what you see them as. And the worst thing that can happen, man, I'm gonna let you go. But the culture is, man, it's about to get bad. I think the culture is just about done. I think people are gonna start checking out. People not gonna care because they know it's demoralizing. But man, that's that's all I got in a nutshell.
I just think that when you look at this football team, all the talent, like you just alluded to, Dennis Allen had the opportunity to structure this team the way that he wanted, and it's still a disaster. So my thing is, what are you waiting for? Like, you can wait till the end of the season, but this dude should not be coming back. As of right now, he is 18-42 as a head coach overall. He is 10-14 as the Saints head coach. They are mere shells of themselves. You don't know what you're going to get each week. The fact that you can stand in front of the podium is when somebody asks you, why isn't a 6'7", 265-pound red zone threat for the last decade not in the game in a crucial situation when you need a touchdown? And the only thing that you can say is, ideally, that would be a good decision, but it wasn't a part of the game plan. Aren't you the head coach?
Yeah.
Can't you just override any decision, whether it's offensively or defensively?
Yeah.
So it's not a part of the game plan, but you know that it was necessary, but instead you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to get nobody upset. My goodness. That's the reason why this dude shouldn't be the head coach, Mick. You got anything else, man?
No, man, I would say this. I'm glad the media is doing a little bit better job as far as asking questions. Not to be messy, but I would love to see that same media that's going at people about watermarking videos and they're gonna watermark videos and one credibility for their videos. I would like them to be consistent as far as asking and drilling these coaches questions because people are spending their hard-earned money. Be as consistent as drilling down into Dennis Allen and General Manager Mickey Loomis as you are over somebody watermarking your video on Twitter. So sorry, that's just something that pissed me off so bad. That rubbed me the wrong way, man. But it rubbed me the wrong way.
Nah, man, look, it's all good, man. I mean, I talked to Nick about it, man. We buried the hatchet or whatever. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We talked about it. But at the end of the day, I do agree with you. As a member of the media, your obligation is to the people. That's what I try to be here, like I try to be for the people. I'm not one of those people that's trying to be industry. And if that means I have to sacrifice the people to be industry, I'm not rolling with it. And some people choose to do that. I'm not calling nobody out. Some people choose to do those things to try to get ahead. Then you got other people that don't. But it's their responsibility. If you're a member of the media, your responsibility is to give the people information, especially when you get that particular access. But Mick, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the call. Make sure you call back anytime, man. Appreciate that passion, man.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too, man. Take care. Yeah, man, that's pretty profound right there, man. Yeah, Mick. Yeah, that was pretty good stuff right there. Shouts out to Mick. Put a lot of stuff on my mind right there. And once again, man, I just want people to understand, man. I am very in tune with what everybody is saying. I just want to give everybody a moment. So if I look like I'm disinterested, I'm very much interested. I just want to make sure I'm giving everybody my undivided attention. So I want to make that very, very clear. We're gonna go to DJ. DJ, how you doing, man?
That was good, TJ. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing all right. What you got for us, D?
So I got my little notes here. First off, I want to say,
my boy said he got notes.
Yeah, man.
I got you, man.
Because the Saints, they're officially under investigation. You feel me?
Oh man, my goodness.
So first I want to start on a positive note. Damn, it's hard to even think about the positive right now.
Right.
God. But anyway, I got some bright spots. There's some people on the team who I thought did a real good job tonight. Mike Thomas, Paulson Adebo, Kamara, and Pete. All right. And all right, here go the negative. It's all downhill from here. All right, so we got the trash spots on the team. We got special teams, of course. Them boys, they need to take a walk with a former friend or something because I don't know what they got going on. Derek Carr, man, bruh. Alontae Taylor, which is disappointing, very, because he was doing real good in the beginning of the season, but he just started falling off. But I mean that's partially his fault because he did have to guard one of the best slot receivers in the league, so I kind of understand that. And then Chris Olave, man, that's terrible. But anyway, go ahead, TJ.
No, I was just saying, man. He's soft, man. Straight up soft.
Because I said soft. So what? I said
yeah, man. He's starting to look like Brandon Cook all over again, bro. I don't know his mindset, bro. And I really I took notes on his mindset, bro, because this is a discussion that we really need to have. The thing about Chris Olave, I feel like he don't know about film because he got the wrong kind of mindset. Check it out. If you're looking at it if I'm giving my all every single play, if I'm running the route that I'm supposed to be running, but I'm still not getting the ball, cool. Because at the end of the day, other teams is going to see that film and they're going to, act accordingly. Bro, you came from Ohio State. You was a first-round pick. Bro, you got it made, bro. So if they're not throwing you the ball, whoop-de-whoop, it's all good, bro. You're going to get your shine. When Kamara not getting the ball, Kamara not having a negative, display of emotion most of the time. Michael Thomas, he not sitting there having a negative display. Bro, you got to look at your leaders and you got to you got to rock with that, bro. You can't be out here acting like you in high school, with that mentality, bro, because it's the NFL. Teams going to see that and then they're not going to give you a shot. And you had all this talent and then, you sitting over there pouting and stuff. People don't like that, bro. It's a grown man league at the end of the day.
Yeah. Look, I just think that he's a guy that got caught. We see this all the time, man. We see guys who were great high school players, great college players, and when they get to the pros, they can't handle the pressure because look, when you at Ohio State and you going up against Indiana, you're going up against Illinois, you're going to be having like 10, 15 yards of separation because there's such a huge talent gap between that school and Ohio State. You gotta really bring it in the National Football League. Everybody's fast, everybody's strong, everybody can catch. Everybody possesses the talent. Like you basically just another guy, right? So you have to really put the work in order to separate yourself from just being, no pun intended, a jag. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. This is a guy to me that has relied on his talent and his speed and his ability for all his life. And now he's dealing with the situation where you have to actually put the extra work in order for you to take that extra step. And right now, it's pretty obvious, man, that he is just cracking under the pressure. Me personally, as talented as he is, I'm thinking about trading him. Like, I don't need nobody like I promise you, bro. I promise you, DJ. I'd rather lose every game with some guys that's out there busting their tail every single week than a guy, even though he may have a level of talent, will quit on me. Period. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, your talent ain't that good enough for me to be sitting up here dealing with that. Like, let him go somewhere else. Like, he's talented enough. He's talented enough. He's young enough. You can get some really good draft capital for him. I'm pretty sure you probably can get a late first round, early second round pick for him. Let him go. You got A.T. Perry out there. You got A.T. Perry. I guarantee you A.T. Perry ain't about to quit on no route. I guarantee you that.
And
I guarantee you Shaq Davis ain't gonna do it.
Imagine like the Saints actually had a good offensive coordinator. Like, bruh, Shaheed would be starting over you at this point, bruh. Like, you would have been on the bench, coming off the bench for Shaheed at the end of the day, bro.
Did you see that catch he almost caught, man? In the back of the end zone. I mean, he almost came down. Yeah, that one hand snag. Like,
Shaheed.
Yeah, that dude, man, Rashid. You put Rashid Shaheed on the Dolphins. You put Rashid Shaheed on the Lions. You put Rashid Shaheed on the 49ers. He one of the best wide receivers in the league. Like that, that dude is good. Like I'm telling you, the Saints offense is holding that dude back. I can only imagine like if the Saints was to fire Dennis Allen and get like a offensive minded coach like Ben Johnson or one of these other coaches out there, Eric Bieniemy. I guarantee you, like Rashid Shaheed to be like one of the top receivers in the league. I'm telling people, I was not exaggerating when I said this. This dude has a lot of qualities like Antonio Brown. I'm telling you, he reminds me of a young Antonio Brown. I ain't talking about the crazy part. I'm talking about the dude he reminds me of Antonio Brown. Like, seriously. he has that type of talent. And they're not even utilizing it, man. So to me, that dude can play on my squad any day. Chris Olave, I'm thinking about trading him at this point, man. Because obviously we seen it in Tampa, we seen it in Houston, we seen it tonight. You are who you are at this point. So if he don't want to be here, he don't want to give the old college try, he don't want to put that effort towards getting better, let him go. Plain and simple. I mean,
man, facts.
Like I'm telling you, bring A.T. Perry up in that thing. You think A.T. ain't about to give it his all? You don't think?
Because you know why? A.T. Perry got a chip on his shoulder. Like you said, Chris Olave, he always had it made and laid in the shade, and he don't really know too much about football adversity. He might know about adversity off the field, but in game, you know what I'm saying, he always been we're going to Olave. But nah, bro, like at the end of the day, you got a subpar offensive coordinator, you got a subpar quarterback. Whether people like to hear that or not, Derek Carr is very average. Mid gas, if you will. Mm-hmm. And then according to my notes, so I know everybody might not want to hear this, but I had some suspicions coming into the season.
Okay.
So, and these are things that kind of like had me like, is the Saints really gonna be good this year? Like, hear me out.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah. So, number one, Derek Carr over Jameis Winston. So, like bro said with the super chat, he said Jameis Winston went 5-2 through however many touchdowns, however many interceptions. Through Derek Carr first 5 games, he trashed. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, who is Derek Carr? What has Derek Carr even done to deserve to be the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. And I ain't just saying the New Orleans Saints because I'm a Saints fan. I'm saying the New Orleans Saints because we got a talented defense, a potential top 3 defense. You got weapons all around the board on offense. So what actually qualified Derek Carr to even be in that position? Me personally, rock with Jameis. You know what I'm saying? He had you 5-2. See what Jameis can actually, you know what I'm saying, accomplish. He might have did it again. But, you know, that's just the Jameis fan in me coming out because that boy is funny.
Yeah. I think that when you think about it, hindsight is 2020. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them. If you go back and watch the show, I was one of them people that was like really advocating for Derek Carr to be here. I'm not gonna sit up here and just say, "Oh man, somebody said." Look, I was saying that. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I wasn't. But I will say this: I wasn't very. I fell in love with the stats and a nice little sample size of his performances. Right. I mean, I did it. I ain't gonna much lie. Like if I'm gonna sit up here and criticize other people's stuff, I'm gonna definitely criticize myself. But as I look at this, it's pretty obvious that he's not the answer. He's not the answer. Like I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay being wrong, right? I mean, because I'm not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna try to dress it up. I'm not gonna try to move the goalpost to try to make it seem like I'm more right. I was wrong when it came to Derek Carr. It was a mistake by the New Orleans Saints. It was a mistake by me lobbying for him. And I don't know if Jameis Winston is the answer or not. But at the same time, you could have took $150 million and invested in your offensive line. You could have took $150
million.
Yeah, you could have took $150 million and did something, you know, saying to help your offense be more efficient. But you didn't. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like you basically hit your wagon to a guy, basically is fool's gold. Point blank.
Yeah.
Period.
And it's crazy because I sat up there and watched Andy Dalton make some of the same throws that Derek Carr making. Like every time Derek Carr have a bright spot in this game, like, bro, Andy Dalton was sitting up there, he was making the same throws.
Yep. And if you want to be honest, if you want to keep it 100, you remember that game versus the Arizona Cardinals? When Andy Dalton threw 3 picks,
yeah.
Was the Saints competitive in that game towards the end? Yep. I think they even scored 30 points in that game. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, how impressive is that at the end of the day? It's not. I'm not impressed. Like they won't dress it up. They won't dress it up. They think we boo-boo the fool here, bro. Like you can't dress this up. Like those empty calorie stats when Jacksonville was playing soft coverage, that's not impressive. I've seen Dak Prescott do that for years. Dak Prescott go out there, throw 2-3 interceptions for 5 or have 500 yards. Like, come on, man. Like, give me a freaking break here. Like, it's a joke. But DJ, I gotta go ahead and let you go, man. I appreciate the call. Call back anytime, man. Appreciate that take.
All right, for sure. Good night, bro.
All right, good night. Yeah, shouts out to DJ, man. But yeah, I mean, all those empty calorie stats mean nothing. Like, you ain't about to sell me on that. Like, Dennis Allen must think we boo-boo the fool up in here. You ain't about to sell me on that. That was fool's gold personified. It was. Let me read some of the donations here. Want to say thank you to everybody that's donating. Shouts out to Efine of shouts out to Efine of HNSN, the owner and organizer. Shouts out to him, man. Efine is located in Japan. Really good guy. Man, took a chance on me, man. Made me a part of his network that they have out there. He's doing an outstanding job. He also does a sports show in his own right. Really good show, really talented guy. And I know he was in the chat here tonight, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, fine. Thank you for thank you for chiming in, and thank you, man, for investing in your boy. Appreciate that, man. We gonna blow HNSN up. We gonna put it right on the map, man. And I'm really, really excited about the whole project and helping the podcast network grow. And y'all make sure that y'all download the app HNSN. State of the Saints podcast got a premiere episode every single Wednesday. Let me see. C-Rob, thank you very much for the $5. Says, I think they have hit a turning point. We are watching them learn that they can count on the coaches. Quarterbacks needs to be more composed, but pissed is good. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see no bright side of this. I don't see no bright side of this. Hey, TJ, how much worse could it be to give Jameis a shot? Do you think they won't just because of the contract of Carr, or why not trade this dude? Well, it's because they hitched their wagon to him, number one. Number two, he thin-skinned. So if you bench him, obviously, y'all seen what happened, right? When y'all sent him home, Hawaii, when y'all sent him home, he started pouting and stuff like that, talking about his wife was crying. I don't think his wife was crying. I think he was actually crying. Because they told him that they ain't want him no more. So they got to play to his ego, because it's very, very fragile. I want to go for it on 4th down. Come on, man. Oh, what are you doing? You're running the wrong route, even though you missed the dude, like underthrew him like 10 yards. But okay. Like, man, this is you, bro. Like, for real. Like, the audacity of this dude. Like, okay. When that play where he threw to Alvin Kamara and Alvin ran the wrong route, okay, Alvin said it was on him. But at the same time, dude, you were playing like slaw more times than not, missing guys, not hitting open receiver, not looking at the check down. Jamal Williams was wide open on one play. Instead, you throw it to double coverage to Rashid Shaheed, and you got the nerve to be sitting on the sideline yelling at somebody, talking about what they doing? That was my only take. I'm like, man, the nerve of this dude. But that's how it is, man. The entitlement. That was straight up entitlement. But I think we're also seeing that this dude has a false sense of reality when it comes to himself. He's not very good. He's mediocre at best. And honestly, he's been living throughout his entire career with guys and ladies making excuses for him. And now we're seeing that it wasn't excuses, it's reality. He's not very good, period. All right, we got who that 44. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What you got for us?
I've been saying Derek Carr wasn't the answer, but it ain't just him. I seen some stuff tonight that kind of turned my head. It ain't just Pete Carmichael. Derek Carr, he gives up on plays. He throws the ball in the ground, and I don't think his eyes feel like. I think he locked in on one play that they go to, and because I seen what's the running back they just came back, Jamal Williams. He was open on a couple plays, and then I got one thing I got to say about Alvin Kamara. He ran hard tonight, but I didn't like how he ran on some play where he could have ran straight downhill when he ran lateral, like on a few first down. But I can't hop on that very much. But I feel like the defense is getting tired. Like they giving their all. They got turnovers in the game, and we can't convert. I mean, we got the ball literally in the red zone. We can't convert. Like I'm sitting here like, and I picked the Jaguars to win this game, by the way. But at the end of the day, I lost some money on this game. But I won't do that again. I won't do this again. But hey, it was full goal with Trevor Lawrence because he came out and they had the safe faked out that he got this injury. That man ran the ball on us like a few times. I saw already. Oh yeah, he's gonna get him in trouble. And
man, that man was on that Toradol. That's what that was.
Yeah,
man.
They
numbed that knee. That boy, he gonna be feeling that pain tomorrow. They numbed that knee.
And then they numbed it real good because he played. Yeah. He did what he was supposed to do. And I said when they went up 14 and we was kicking field goal. I ain't blaming the kicker. You trying to get this man to kick a 51-yard field goal when your offense ain't scoring. I wasn't a big fan of that. And I know everybody gonna look at Blake Groupie. That ain't his. That is not his issue right there. You putting this young man under some pressure when your offense can't score. That's how I looked at that. And my thing is on Dennis Allen. I've been saying he's full goal. All he is a guy that hold on to his job because he's a good defensive coordinator. Other than that, that man won't have no job as nowhere else than no head coach. Nobody else gonna hire this guy as a head coach. New Orleans, the only place he was gonna get a head coaching job. Man, and he's gonna hold on to it because Mickey Loomis is holding on to his job. And because I hate to say this, the woman, they got a woman as the owner now, but I know Tom Benson was a cheap mother son of a gun. I'm gonna say son of a gun. And this woman, she's riding with these guys. Like whatever they telling her, she said, okay, we gonna get better next week. Okay, we got some time to get better. She gonna ride with that.
I look. First off, I want to say this. Who that 44? Mickey Loomis, just for the simple fact that he decided to go with a coach with an 8-28 record over a guy who was a head coach who won a freaking Super Bowl for a franchise.
Yeah,
that didn't win a Super Bowl, and Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
just on that alone, that just tells you everything that you need to know. And also, this could be a conspiracy theory, but I'm starting to feel this way. I really feel that Mickey Loomis hired Dennis Allen as the head coach because he wanted to cast a bigger shadow than what he did with Sean Payton. See, Sean Payton would cast a huge shadow over the organization. He was the guy. He implemented all these different things. He knew for a fact that Tom Benson, when he was alive, Gail Benson, as long as Sean Payton had breath in his body and he wanted to coach the Saints, no matter what happened, they were going to keep him on there. And I felt like Mickey Loomis probably felt like he was playing the background. And for the first time, he get an opportunity to actually be in the forefront, to really call the shots, to really have a say-so, and not have any type of backlash or being overruled by Sean Payton. I feel like that's why he came to the decision with Dennis Allen. Because there's no freaking way. There's not a person in the world who is going to have two coaches with a nice enough sample size. One of them has proven that he can't win as a head coach, and another guy who has won a Super Bowl. And you roll with the guy who has an 8-28 record. Like, give me a freaking break, man. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Doug Peters, you had the guy in the building, and you just basically just let that man talk for 8 hours. You knew you weren't interested. It was basically preliminary. So I just don't understand it, man. Like, Mickey Loomis, to me, he just as much responsible for how this team is looking more so than anybody. Because I feel like for the first time, he just wanted to matter more. It's almost like one of them situations. You remember when Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones? Jimmy Johnson was the one that was winning the Super Bowls. He was getting the big ups. Jerry Jones got a little bit jealous and envious. So he went out there, fired Jimmy Johnson after winning 2 Super Bowls, and got Barry Switzer so he can play the background and Jerry Jones can be in the forefront. This is the same situation with the way I look at it, because there's no way. Yeah. There's no way. But you got anything else, man?
Yeah, I got 2 more things.
Okay.
When they let Doug Peterson walk out of the building, I felt like the New Orleans Saints season future was going to be in jeopardy, because I felt like Doug Peterson was in a situation where he was it didn't work out where he was. So I felt like by letting him leave the building and didn't give him a chance to take over this team, you seen that his offense was more innovative against Dennis Allen's defense. You can see it, like his offense, the Jaguars to me are the new Saints. Like, as far as how they creative, they ain't afraid to go for it, and they got young talent. ETN is fast. People don't give a man credit. That dude is fast. But it ain't just him being fast. It's just this team believe in each other, bro. And I don't see that with the Saints, bro. I know they all saying that, they all got to play better and all that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think these dudes really now believe in Derek Carr, because Derek Carr has proved to me, and I wasn't a big fan of Derek Carr. I know we wanted to see something different, and I know the Saints needed something different. I felt like we should have just stuck with Jameis and just, drafted the quarterback. If we were going to go that route, we were going to pay a certain amount of money. Because Derek Carr, to me, we look at the Fool's Gold. Oh, his defense wasn't good. But Derek Carr ain't won nothing. So to me, he never won that. So you're going to blame his defense. That was easy. And then Dennis Allen was the one that drafted him. He drafted this dude, and he just needed somebody to hitch up to, because he really don't want to mess with Jameis Winston. And Pete Carmichael probably just rolling with him, because he probably feel like Jameis can be a little better, but he can't say nothing, because he ain't the head coach. He's just the offensive coordinator. That's all he is. And he been riding on Sean Payton coattail for so long that it's starting to show. Yeah, he was just the bubblegum man. That's all he was. He was getting experiment.
Yeah, that's why I said he was on juice. He's on juice fruit, dude. That's why I say that. But look, here's the thing. Like I said, it seemed like to me that Mickey Loomis wanted somebody that was mild-mannered, played a background, so he can feel like he can cast a bigger shadow.
Yeah.
When it came to Doug Peterson, you're not going to do that with him. Like, just think about Doug Peterson and how he exit Philadelphia. The final game of the season, he takes out Jalen Hurts, puts in Ned Setfield, right? And he does that basically as a big FU because he knew he was about to get fired. So he was like, okay, y'all gonna throw me under the bus? Watch this. So the fact that he's willing to do that, they knew for a fact if he was to come in, he gonna run the team his way. It's not gonna be one of those situations where, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. Okay, Mickey, okay, no. And as you can see, it was a huge mistake because Dennis Allen, to me, is not a leader of men. He's passive aggressive. Not only you're not going to tell me that was the best decision. It was not the best decision. And honestly, I feel like at this particular point, Mickey Loomis wanted to matter more than he has over the last 15 years when Sean Payton was here. But I want to say thank you, man. I appreciate the call. Make sure you call back anytime, man. Thanks for chiming in.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. Yeah, man, at this point, man, I feel like Doug Peterson, headstrong. Eric Bieniemy, headstrong. Dennis Allen, passive, right? So I really feel that way. I really feel like Mickey Loomis hired this guy because he wanted to matter a little bit more than what he did over the last 15 years. Seriously. Like nobody was like looking at Mickey Loomis as, the person behind the scenes making the team a success. All of that was given to Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Who talks about, honestly, when you talk about the Saints and all the great teams they had over the years, when does Mickey Loomis' name come up? Even when the draft selection comes up, when we talk about the 2017 class, nobody says anything about Mickey Loomis. Everybody gives big up to Jeff Ireland. So, to me, I feel like this was one of those moves where he felt like he can have a coach that is passive and he can have a big enough shadow. Because why in the hell would you allow a Super Bowl winning coach to leave your facility for a guy with an 8-28 record? Makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I'm going to read a few more of your comments. We're going to look at some stats, and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man, because it is getting late. I know a lot of people tired. Some people got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go to work tomorrow. I actually got to work the Jazz Festival, Myrtle Beach Jazz Festival that's going to be down here tomorrow. So it's a 3-day event. So we got to be out there tomorrow at the radio station. Says from juicy fruit attendant to offensive coordinator. Wow. Right. Dreams really do come true, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. They forced Pete, but Pete couldn't walk away. I ain't going to lie to you. Man. This sound like, I don't think this sounds crazy, but Pete Carmichael actually called a decent game tonight. He did, man. I mean, I seen some offensive innovation. I mean, I know we seen the play with Colin Saunders in there, as a lead blocker. I thought that was very, clever. I seen a couple plays, I just seen some bad execution. I seen guys quitting on plays. Now, I will say this, 3rd and 3, why the hell are you throwing a deep pass? Why are you not playing the middle of the field? Why are you not looking for the check downs? But all in all, you know what I'm saying? I look, it wasn't the worst game I ever seen somebody call, but at the end of the day, you got to execute. And clearly the Saints did not. Says, TJ, what you talking about, fam? Hey, nah, I'm serious. It wasn't the plays he was calling wasn't terrible. It was just bad execution. It was just bad execution, man, by Derek Carr. But that doesn't absolve him. I still don't feel like that's enough to have him calling plays for the foreseeable future. I don't. That's not good enough. But I mean, I give him credit where credit is due. I mean, the play calls was pretty decent tonight. I mean, I don't want to just say, I don't want to just, keep a narrative going here. But I mean, he called some really good plays. I think, it's okay. 2 things can be true. I want people to understand this. 2 things can be true. You can be good at a certain thing, but still not good enough. And that's just where we at right now. So let's see. TJ, you on drums. Let's see. Derek Carr going to lose all respect, storming around, screaming at everybody. That's what I'm saying. I told you, man, he seemed like the co-worker that keep up the mess at work. Y'all know how it is, man. The person that's, keeping up the mess, causing problems, causing friction within the workplace, hostile work environment. Him and Chris Olave, they creating a hostile work environment right now. That type of behavior, that type of energy is hostile. Some of y'all want to put all the blame on Pete and the O-line, and sorry, it bounced up. It says sorry. They were not the problem this game. It was Carr. The offensive line, based on how they've been playing the last couple of weeks, they played better. The play calling was decent tonight, decent enough to win, in my opinion, especially the defense giving you 2 turnovers, one inside the, close to the red zone and plus territory. He did enough to win this game tonight, but still ain't enough for me to feel like he needs to keep his job for the foreseeable future. I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. TJ, that sleep getting to you with that Carmichael take, my brother. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. See, the thing about it is, like, we want to take narratives and we want to run with it, right? And then when we have narratives, what we do is we look at only the negative aspects of it. We don't look at the entire totality. It's almost like if you're not a fan of somebody, right? If they have good qualities, you're not paying attention to that because you're only paying attention to the fact that you don't really care for that person. So every bad quality they have is amplified and the good qualities that they possess are minimized. I'm not doing it. I don't care. Like, the dude called a decent game. And I can still say that they need to go in a different direction. I can still say they need to go in a different direction. It was not terrible. Based on that Houston Texan game, based on like some of these other games, like the Green Bay Packer game in the second half, it was decent. He called a decent enough game. He called a decent enough game plan in order for them to win tonight. But he still don't need to be on the sideline calling the plays. I still feel like they need to relinquish his play calling duties. Let's see. Play calling was not good. 2-minute drills is all we got. Go back and watch the game. Go back and watch the all 22, and you tell me if it was the play calling or it was the execution. Like I said, man, we just so quick to try to ish on somebody. And right now, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather normally says this, pouring water on a drowning man. So we want to continue to pour water on him because we want to feel justified in our take about him not being good enough. But you still can give credit where credit is due. How many people get fired from a job, be like, okay, man, you do a good job, but we're looking for a little bit more and we want to let you go. Is he a good offensive coordinator? No, he is not. But do I feel like they did enough? He called some decent plays enough for them to win a football game? Yes. Go back and watch. All I can ask people to do is go back and watch the football game. I know, like I said, at this particular point, Pete Carmichael is low-hanging fruit. Is he the answer? Hell no. But I'm not gonna sit up here and just say this dude didn't call some decent plays. I'm not even gonna go there. Like, seriously. Like, he called a decent enough game for them to win. It wasn't star-studded. It wasn't Mike Leach. It wasn't a classic Sean Payton, but it was good enough to win a football game. It was good enough to win a football game. The execution was god awful. It was god awful. Let's see. When did Michael Thomas become Randy Moss? He never had hops, really, for jump balls, throws. He doesn't have speed for the go route. So why are you putting him in that position? Well, I mean, for the most part, when they do throw him the ball on the left sideline, he catches it. So, I mean, and then on top of that, look, when he came down with the football, it was almost similar to the same play when they threw the 50-50 ball to him earlier in the game. I mean, afterwards. So it worked the first time. It just didn't work the second time. Look, I think once again, that's just a narrative that people have. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have been calling Michael Thomas slant boy for so long. The dude can run other routes as well. But everybody just kind of used to him being in the middle of the field. Saints kind of calling dig routes and quick slants for him and stuff like that. But he has way more in his arsenal than people give him credit for. Is he Tyreek Hill fast? No, he's not. But he's still fundamentally sound to a point where he can actually catch those passes. So I mean, Michael Thomas is much better. I think a lot of the narrative about Michael Thomas was because Drew Brees' arm strength at the time was so limited, he only can do so much. So there you go. It was only one good play, and that was on the 2 points. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Like I'm sorry, folks, but I can't sit up here and just critique a guy and say that nothing he did tonight was good. Like, he called a good enough game for the Saints to win. Go back. I'm just telling y'all, go back and look at some of them plays, man, and the execution. And you tell me if Derek Carr did deliver the ball to certain receivers or, deliver the ball down the field on time, they wouldn't have won the football game. Can I interest you in a Rashid Shaheed pass? Can I interest you in the check down that convert a first down to Jamal Williams that would have converted? Can I interest you in that Chris Olave play? There were plays in which he called. It was decent. Like it wasn't star-studded. Once again, like I said, it wasn't no Mike McDaniel type performance or nothing like that, but it was good enough to win the game. It was good enough to win the game. I mean, the fact that it was 24-9 is a travesty. It's a travesty. It is. You got to be able to punch it into the end zone. And like I said, I still want this dude up out of here. Like, seriously. I still want him up out of here. I will say that it was a decent game plan, but he needs to get up out of here. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. I know sometimes when you big up somebody, you big up him, therefore you like him. You feel like he needs to. No. Two things can be true. You can stink, but you still can have a good day, a decent day. Carr and the wide receiver should be taking 3 days off. Derek Carr was pump faking a football with people wide the F open. No motivation or winning mentality of this football team. DA got to go. He is not a leader, and this team has no energy from their body language. Yep, they have none. But let me go ahead and read these stats, man, so we can get up out of here. Derek Carr, 33 of 55, 301 yards, 1 touchdown, got sacked 1 time. Alvin Kamara played his behind off, 17 carries for 62 yards. He also had 12 catches for 91 yards. He was all over the field. Taysom Hill had a good game, 5 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown. Derek Carr, 3 carries for 14 yards. Jamal Williams, 5 carries for 14. Rashid Shaheed, 1 carry for 4. Chris Olave, 7 catches for 57 yards on 15 targets. He had 15 targets in this game. Taysom Hill, 4 catches for 50 yards on 5 targets. Michael Thomas, 3 catches, 42 yards on 7 targets. Foster Moreau, 3 catches, 33 yards on 4 targets. The 4th target would have gave him a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed, 4 catches for 28 yards. Definitely need to uptick on this dude production. Derek Carr fumbled the football, was recovered by Cam Irvin. Carl Granderson got a fumble recovery, so did Lonnie Johnson Jr. on special teams. Paulson Adebo played really good tonight, 7 tackles, 5 solo. Carl Granderson, 6 tackles, had 1 tackle for loss. Alante Taylor with 6 tackles. Pete Warner with 4. Demario Davis, Malcolm Roach also with 4. Tyrann Mathieu had 3 tackles along with Zach Bond, Marcus May, all had 3. Marshawn Lattimore had 2 tackles, 1 solo. Cam Jordan with 2 tackles. Colin Sanders with 1. Yadam, Amadi, Shepard, Sewell, and Howden all had 1 as well. So those are your stats. Those are your stats, Who Dat Nation. Those are your stats. And I tell you what, this is a very, very dark times. These are very, very dark times in the Who Dat Nation. I really don't see any end in sight until these guys are let go. I think it's time for the Saints to move on from the Sean Payton experience. And I really just feel like they need to go in a different direction. Now, you paid a lot of guys a lot of money. You got a lot of dead cap. If you was to let these guys go or whatever, but something has to give. I'm feeling bad for guys like Demario Davis. I'm feeling bad for guys like Cam Jordan, who bust their tail and has been leaders on his team for I don't know how long. And the way that this team is going right now, these guys will never see a Super Bowl. I am honestly in agreement if they were to do this, to trade Cam Jordan, to trade Demario Davis. Not that they aren't good players, but the fact I just want to see these guys find some level of success to be able to contend for a Super Bowl in the twilights of their careers. Because clearly, Dennis Allen is not going to get you where you need to be, and Derek Carr isn't either. I mean, how many times do we need to see this? How many times do we need to see the incompetence of this football team? How many times do we have to see these guys getting out-coached, out-witted, and out-schemed every single, week after week after week for us to realize that these guys aren't the answer? And hopefully the New Orleans Saints understand that and they try to go in a different direction before it's too late, before you lose your fan base, before you really lose the support of the people, before you start to see merchandise sales start to dwindle, because people are getting fed up. And one thing about New Orleans, like we all know this, New Orleans is loyal. If you show loyalty to New Orleans, they will show loyalty to you. But if they feel like you not 10 toes down for them, they're not going to be 10 toes down for you. If they feel like you don't support them, they're not going to support you. If you do something for a person from New Orleans, they will be forever indebted to you. But if you show disloyalty or you show dishonesty in any way, they got 2 middle fingers for you. I won't do it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They got to do something. They cannot come out here after 10 days and still come out here with this same product. Something has got to give. I'm not saying that you need to fire Dennis Allen right now. I'm not saying that, you need to go with that, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to do that anyway. But they need to have some significant change in order for people to feel that this team actually cares about the 2023 season. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Really do appreciate it. I ask that you subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the show. Shouts out to everybody that chimed in through the chat and also those that called in. Previous episodes of the State of the Saints podcast are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. You can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TJAYJones8. Everybody have a good night. Sorry the Saints didn't get the win. Next game is against the Indianapolis Colts in 10 days. Hopefully a better version of the New Orleans Saints hit the field. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. It's all dog around this mug. I'm good.